Order promo now for only $79 using our special coupon code LA79. Also get free shipping and 100% money-back guarantee.
Wow, I am so good at saving us money on things we need.
You do have a talent.
I do have the Milo's Rewards credit card, so we get 5% off every day. 5% off. 5% off.
5% off?
5% off. You're not going to believe it. 5% off. And as loyalty members, we also earn points toward Milo's money to save on our next project.
How do you update?
The Milo's Rewards credit card helps you save 5% every day. Apply today.
Check out all the ways you could win at Saboba Casino Resort this April. On Fridays, get set for Race to Riches. And on April 26th, you could win the $50,000 grand prize. Victory can be yours every Friday and Saturday when you play Vikings Vault. On April 27th, you could drive home a 2024 Ram 3500. Earn entries with your Saboba Rewards card and go big this April at Saboba Casino Resort.
The most important part of anyone's injury case is the firm you hire. You see, all law firms are not the same. Our firm has recovered billions and billions for clients. Injured, there's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Breaking news on the KTLA Morning News at 10 o'clock. O.J. Simpson has died. We're taking a look back at his sensational and troubling life from the football field to the courtroom.
Good morning. I'm Annie Rose Ramos in Woodland Hills, standing in front of an apartment complex where a double murder-suicide all started last Monday. Coming up, what we're learning this morning about the local mother who committed these heinous crimes and what may have led her to do it.
Good morning. I'm Frank Buckley. Later this hour, federal prosecutors are expected to announce charges against Shohei Ohtani's former interpreter. All stems from accusations he stole from the Dodgers star to pay off a gambling debt. We'll have the latest.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Holmes. What new research is saying about part of the San Andreas Fault and where a major earthquake is overdue? Those details just ahead.
Remember the hit 90s show Melrose Place starring Heather Locklear? Could we see a reboot? We'll explain coming up in the Entertainment Report. Stay tuned.
Here we go. Another beautiful day in Southern California. Even at the coastal air, skies are clearing up very nicely. But the temperatures will be dropping considerably over the weekend. Coastal today, 70 degrees already at 63. 78 will be the high downtown Los Angeles. At the moment, the San Fernando Valley, 71 degrees, beautiful, but that's going all the way up to 88 degrees, 84 in the high desert. Inland Empire, 89, 83 Orange County inland. Frank, back to you.
And we begin with our breaking news this morning. O.J. Simpson has died of cancer. The former football star plunged into infamy after being accused of killing his ex-wife and her friend in the early 90s. He was acquitted in that case, but later convicted of robbery in a different case. KTLA's Omar Lewis in the newsroom with a look back. Omar, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Frank. We can tell you that news coming from O.J. Simpson's Twitter account this morning. The Simpson family announcing that O.J. died of cancer yesterday, surrounded by his children and grandchildren in Las Vegas.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of murder.
It was the trial of the century. O.J. Simpson, the star football player and Hollywood actor, accused of savagely murdering his ex-wife, Nicole Brown, and her friend, Ron Goldman. An estimated 150 million people watched the verdict come in live. The trial was broadcast in classrooms, at workplaces, and even on the Oprah Winfrey Show, where audiences both cheered and cried as he was acquitted. Emotions usually falling along racial lines.
7A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson.
Before the trial, Simpson was a popular actor starring in the Naked Gun movies. He gained fame in college, winning the Heisman Trophy while playing football for USC. Nicknamed The Juice, he went on to the NFL and shattered both rushing and touchdown records as a member of the Buffalo Bills. All that changed on June 12th, 1994, though, as Brown and Goldman's bodies were found outside her L.A. condo. Simpson was an immediate suspect 5 days later, he was ordered to surrender to police. Instead, he led them on a slow-speed chase down the Santa Ana freeway in that now infamous white Ford Bronco. His friend and former NFL player, A.C. Cowlings, behind the wheel. That evening, he surrendered at his Brentwood mansion. The trial began in 1995 with an all-star lineup of lawyers nicknamed the Dream Team. One by one, they dismantled the state's evidence, claiming systematic racism and sloppy police work. The defining moment came when Simpson tried on gloves that were left at the murder scene. He struggled to put them on, and his lawyers used that in closing arguments to show that it could not possibly be him.
Remember these words: if it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Shortly after Simpson was found not guilty, he went to trial again for the murders, but this time civilly. He was found liable for Brown and Goldman's death there and ordered to pay more than $30 million in damages. Almost a decade later, Simpson wrote a book called If I Did It and hypothesized how he would have committed the murders. The book and subsequent interview on Fox News went into great detail, and many considered it to be Simpson's confession.
I don't think any two people could be murdered the way they were without everybody being covered in blood.
While Simpson never served time for murder, he did go to prison in 2008 for armed robbery and kidnapping in Las Vegas. Simpson claimed he was simply taking back sports memorabilia that was his. However, he spent almost 10 years behind bars. 14 million people tuned in as he was granted parole in 2017 at the age of 70 years old.
To grant parole when eligible, and that will conclude this hearing.
Thank you.
O.J. Simpson, a larger-than-life figure whose life and alleged crimes captivated an entire nation.
And reaction to this news is pouring in this morning. Carl Douglas, one of Simpson's attorneys during the O.J. trial and a member of the Dream Team, saying, quote, "I was shocked and surprised to hear of O.J. Simpson's death at the relatively young age of 76. He is one of the most famous clients that I've ever represented in my 44 years as a lawyer, and I expect our names will be forever linked together in some way. My sincere condolences go out to his 4 children. May he rest in peace." We can also tell you, Caitlyn Jenner, who was once a close friend of O.J. Simpson, posting on Twitter this morning, or X as I should call it, "Good riddance." That's the latest here, live in the newsroom. I'm Omar Lewis. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Omar, thank you. We'll continue to bring you live coverage of the death of O.J. Simpson throughout the day. You can also find more information on our website, ktla.com.
The LAPD has stepped up patrols near the Venice canals after 2 violent attacks on women. Surveillance video from a neighbor's home shows a possible suspect. The man is seen wearing gray sweatpants and a yellow jacket. The images are being posted to social media and neighborhood watch sites. Police have not officially released surveillance video or identified a suspect. The attacks took place last Saturday night near the Grand and Sherman canals. Police are not giving details about the victims' conditions. Officers do say they suffered significant injuries.
New details this morning about a woman at the center of a double murder-suicide. The motive may have had something to do with Monday's solar eclipse. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos live in Woodland Hills to explain. Annie Rose, good morning.
Hey, Frank, good morning to you. You know, I was just talking to one of the neighbors who tells me she lives right below that family, and she says she will forever be haunted by what happened here. Of course, I'm talking about last Monday. That is when Danielle Johnson stabbed her partner inside the apartment complex you see behind me, then pushed her children out of a moving car, killing her baby girl, and eventually killing herself. And this morning, you're exactly right, we are learning more about what may have led this local mother to commit these unspeakable crimes.
I think I feel good. I feel like, my blood pressure is good. I'm in my 30s now. I got to worry about things like that. With the moon, the moon controls the tide. The moon controls people's emotions. Like when there's a full moon, there's higher crime rates, there's more births. Eclipses, there's more births, there's more deaths.
That was 34-year-old Danielle Johnson. Just a couple months ago, she called herself an astrology influencer with over 100,000 followers on social media platform X. Her website offering a variety of services like zodiac healing. She went to college and studied psychology, but we're learning just how worried she was about Monday's eclipse. Days before her death, she began warning followers about its dangers. These are some of her posts. In one of them, she says, "Free eclipse protection candle for your mind and body. This will be active for the eclipse window." And in another, she wrote, wake up, the apocalypse is here. Everyone who has ears, listen. Your time to choose what to believe is now."
What you would think of first is that this woman thought that the end times were coming with the eclipse, and so she wanted to protect her family from what horrors would come, and so she killed them. However, this is not how you would kill your family if you were trying to protect them. It was so brutal.
Hours before that eclipse on Monday at around 3:30 a.m., Danielle Johnson stabbed her partner to death in their apartment, then shoved her 2 daughters out of her moving car onto the 405 freeway, killing her 8-month-old baby girl and injuring her 9-year-old daughter. Eventually, Johnson slammed her car into a tree at over 100 miles per hour in Redondo Beach, the crash killing her. And the only eyewitness and survivor to all these crimes is your 9-year-old daughter.